Welcome to the Unreal BootCamp lesson on universal authentication. We're going to start this lesson in the brainCloud API reference and investigate the authenticate universal request. Unlike an authenticate anonymous request, a few parameters must be supplied for an authenticate universal request. The first two parameters are the user ID and the password. The third parameter, however, is noteworthy. It is called forceCreate. The forceCreate parameter tells the server that a new profile should be created on the server in the event that the user's account does not already exist. Let's head back into Xcode and navigate to the networkmanager.h file. Declare a public method called requestUniversalAuthentication. This method will take in two parameters called user ID and password, both of type const fstring reference. Open the Network Manager CBP file, scroll down, and implement the requestUniversalAuthentication method that we just declared. In the body of the method, invoke brainCloud's authenticate universal request. Pass in the universal ID, password, true, to force create an account in the event that it does not exist. Also, pass in the address of the authentication callback object that was declared in the anonymous authentication lesson. Navigate to the universal login dialog widget.cbp file. Include the networkmanager.h file. Find the onLogin button clicked method. Remove the to-do statement. In its place, hide the dialog, show the connecting dialog, and invoke the network manager's request universal authentication method. Pass in the user ID and password from the text field objects. Next, navigate to the spaceshooter gamemodebase.cbp file. Scroll down and find the handle authentication method. Delete or cut the statement that shows the connecting dialog. In the if statement, before invoking the network manager's reconnect method, show the connecting dialog. Then, in the else statement, delete the statement that invokes the network manager's request anonymous authentication method. In its place, invoke the dialog manager's show universal login dialog. Click the Run button to build the project and launch the Unreal editor. With Unreal open, run the game. Notice the universal login dialog displayed. If it didn't, that means we re-authenticated with a reconnect request. Simply click the Logout button from the brainCloud menu, then click Login. The universal login display should now be visible. This is going to be the first time that we are logging in with these credentials, so the server will create an account because the forceCreate flag was set to true. Enter your credentials and hit the Login button. We now have a successful authentication with a universal identity. Stop the game. Before we end this lesson, there's one thing I'd like to show you. Open your web browser and open the brainCloud portal. Click Users, then User Browser. Click the first user in the list. This will open the user summary page. From here, we can see that this user was authenticated using a universal identity. Email authentication is the next lesson in the Unreal BootCamp.